And good morning to you. Welcome to the weekend. A time for rest, unless you're freelance. A time for relaxation, unless you're self employed or working for some crazy company that makes you work all weekend. But it's a weekend, so hey, let's take a weekend reflection. In his book, The Great Work of Your Life, Stephen Cope tells the story of a working class Irish Catholic boy growing up who finds that he loves church music. And that's good enough to see him decide to become a priest. Makes sense. He likes church music. He becomes a priest. And Cope tells the story of how 20 years later, that same boy, now a parish priest, pauses for a moment in his church and listens to the choir master rehearsing the choir as he himself rushes out to another parish meeting. He's an alcoholic and profoundly depressed. He hates being a priest. He never wanted to be a priest. He loved church music, but he didn't have the courage to commit himself to being a musician. So he became a priest where he was connected to church music, but he wasn't actually involved in church music, except occasionally on Sundays or in other services, he would hear the choir sing. And Cope describes that as falling in love with someone, but not having the courage to declare yourself. So you move in next door to that person. You watch them marry and live their lives. You observe it all, but you don't connect. It's a devastating image in many ways of the way so many people, and me at times, have lived my life. I know what it is that my passion is, or perhaps I have a sense that there is a passion that I haven't been able to identify, but I don't have the courage to commit to it. So I do something that is connected. Some people, their passion is performance, but performance doesn't earn a proper living, so they become a teacher of performance. And some people, that's great. But for some people, all it does is build resentment that those they teach go off and do what they never had the courage to do. For some people, it might be being a travel agent instead of traveling. Or you fill in the blanks. Knowing your passion, but not having the courage to commit. There's 1,000 reasons not to commit. Society tells us to be sensible, earn a living, get a pension. There are expectations from family and community. Perhaps there are things like a good mobile phone contract and your Netflix subscription, which you simply couldn't live without. And if you didn't earn enough money, how would you watch a series on Netflix? Following your passion involves paying the price. Not following your passion involves paying the price. The price that everything you do feels a little compromised. The price that you no longer really enjoy your daily activities or your work, so you rely increasingly on things outside like your reputation or your pay packet, but you find your reputation can go like that and it's not worth anything. All those people who like your posts on Facebook and Instagram, they don't like you. They're just clicking like. However much you earn, you find that you cannot buy happiness. Following your passion costs, but the reward is that every day in your work, you find a sense of rightness. People say, "You're so lucky to follow your passion." They look at an actor or a musician or someone who travels or whatever, and they say, "You're so lucky to follow your passion." No, you're not lucky if you follow your passion. You're brave. There are times in my life when I've been brave, and I'm so pleased. There are times in my life where I have moved next door to my passion, and I look back and think of those times as, well, on a bad day, I just think of them as wasted years. Are you living with your passion, or are you living next door? My small group coaching program, starting in a few weeks, is called Purpose, Presence, Pleasure. 3 P's. There's a fourth P, which I didn't put into the title, but it underpins all of them. Passion. Your purpose grows from your passion. Presence quietens your mind and helps you hear your passion saying, "Pay attention to me." And pleasure, that's about structuring your work so that always it's worth doing for its own sake, not because of any extrinsic rewards. It means aligning yourself with your passion. Have a great day.